Greetings to the 30 tribes of Israel scattered in the four corners of the earth, and to the Gentiles called by the awesome fairy name of Abba Yahuwah Elohim. This is the awesome fairy name that is above all name, eternal. Not Pug Jesus. No, no, no. Not Snake Allah. But Yahuwah. I love him so much. Not Paco Jesus. No, no, no. Not Snake Allah. But it's Yahuwah. The only name that is above all the name. Mm. Mm. Yes, yes, yes. The only name that is above other name. Ribobosikayaba. Shabbat Shalom. Much love and much prosperity attend you family. For you are the only reason of our time like truth, because the time is simply near. Just as we see the days goes by, so draw nigh the coming of Yahushua HaMashiach. Just as the Malach of Yehovah saith unto Yehukana, the Revelator, seal not the prophecies of this book, for the time is simply near. Exactly what we are doing here, family. Decoding end times, prophecies, signs, dreams in preparing people like you, body like you, house like you, for the blessed return of King Yahushua HaMashiach, our eternal bridegroom, to whom due eternally worship, praise, honor, riches, power, glory with, to the glory of his magnificent Abba, Yahweh the Almighty, eternal. Like I said before, not Paco Jesus, not Snake Allah, but it's Yahuwah, the only awesome name that is above all the name. That is above all the name. That is above all the name. That is above every other name. Is Yahuwah. Yud He Wah He. I am that I am. Imeme is Yahuwah. Ribobobosikaya, but not Poco Jesus, okay? That is blasphemous. And not Snake Allah. That is blasphemy. But it's Yahuwah, the only name that is above all the name. And this is why the name is being removed from the Holy Bible. Because that is the name devil tremble at, not Jesus now. Jesus Paul, come on now. Anyways, we're going to dig into that. But thank you, Abba. And to the Ruach HaKodesh, yes. To the Ruach HaKodesh, to the Ruach HaKodesh, eternally. Our glory goes to the Ruach HaKodesh, forevermore. All honor worship goes to the Ruach HaKodesh, eternally. Our praises goes to the Ruach HaKodesh, my eternal husband. To the Ruach HaKodesh, the very OCG that keep me on. To the Ruach HaKodesh, my eternal teacher. Yes, that taught me everything that I need in this very journey of eternity. To the Ruach HaKodesh, yes, Iborobosikayaba, the very DNA of Abba Yehovah. I worship you. I worship you. I worship you. Ribobosikayaba. Hallelujah. Yes, Abba, you have been worshipped, praised, loved, honored, served, always, ever, eternal, right in the temple of your eternal handmaid, your very Isha. For you are my Abba, also my eternal husband. Yes, Ribobosikayaba. I love you so much, Abba, because you first do. Abba Yahuwah, Iboroboseke Yabo. Abba Yahuwah, Imo Santa la Buyenderebo. Abba Yahuwah, Yorobos Karabo. Abba Yahuwah, Imo Santa la Buyenderebo. Iborabo sende labi. Imosekerabo yantelabo. Amba Yahuwah igorobo skaraba. Amba Yahuwah imasanta labu. Yenderabo. Thank you, Abba. Thank you, my eternal rest. Thank you for giving me your Ruach HaKodesh. Set apart spirit. Thank you for giving me your word, King Yahushua HaMashiach. Thank you for giving me yourself, my eternal Shabbat, my eternal bed rest. I just love it. Thank you, Abba. Love you so much. Yes, you first do. All right, now, family, like I said last Shabbat, that we're going to be touching on these very leftover parts, okay, but Abba Yahuwah gave it another title. But still, we're going to be referring back to what we did last Shabbat. So, here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message titled for you and me. What Allah means in Hebrew, Jesus in Latin. Christ Mass to January 1st is 8 days. The 8th judgment in your feast. So this is what we are going to work with now. Okay. The Ruach HaKodesh is going to take us through. So what Allah means in Hebrew, not in my dialect, Bini, or Germany, or Netherlands, or Italiano, or Española, or any other part of this continent of the whole world. You know, we have so many languages upon languages upon languages. We can't even cut. I have to be realistic. I don't know how many languages. I know it's so many. Even Nigeria has over 350 or 60 languages. Okay. Now, how come Allah means something in Hebrew? How come? Hebrew, the holy language. That is where we want to trace this name to and what it means. Now, the second hand to translate the Bible from Arabic, Yahushua's name is simply called Yahushua, not Papa Jesus, okay? So in Hebrew it's called Yahushua, meaning I am his salvation. Fearful. First hand to get that name translated was Aramic. So Aramic is called Yeshua. Now, you see, only the first hand to touch this name, Yeshua, still you can still trace it back to Hebrew. So Yeshua, what is the meaning of Yeshua? He will save. He will save. Instead of Yah is salvation, it's now He will save. That is still understandable. Now, the second hand to get it out from Latin, to get it out from Arabic, or Aramic, not Arabic, Aramic, is simply Latin. So Latin get their own Jesus. So how can you trace Jesus back to Yeshua or Yahushua? Jesus or Isus. The Greek now also took from Latin Jesus. Then English now finish it up Jesus today. So one also, you will see today what Jesus means in Latin, because Latin start breaking it into nonsense. Latin came with another thing entirely. Aramaic still get it right, Yeshua. But Latin is second hand. It just brings us about another thing entirely. Isus. So what is that for? Now Greek is sus. Now English, Jesus. So we are tracing where Jesus came from, which is the Latin. What does he mean in Latin? You cannot find it in Yeshua or Yahushua, no. But you can find it from Latin, what it means. Okay. So then January. We did that already, but we'll dig more into it. It's a date, it's a Roman god, it's a Roman gods. January is this full whole month is dedicated unto this deity that has double face called Janus. This is his own month. He said he's the opening and he's the one to close it. Just go and do yourself this common research. It's all over there. This is not a lie. You're going to find it all over there. In fact, the truth is standing before you like Iroko tree. But the only reason why you are not seeing it, the God of this world has already blinded you, because his name is called a blinder. You will see that in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 4. He said the God of this world has blinded their mind for them never to see the true, the light of the true gospel of Yahushua HaMashiach. That is the only reason you cannot see it. Okay. So, what is this? All these are all spirits. There is a spirit that behind your January is simply called January is a ghost. It's a ghost that has double face. And from your Christmas, you say, they said Jesus was birth. Okay, December 25th. Trace it back, count it from 25th way down to January 1st, simply 8 days. So judgment in your feast. Now, out of the mouth or two or three witness, testimony is standing before you and me. We'll see what Allah means. Allah is Janus. Is the one that ushers you in. And we'll see what Jesus means in Latin. And we'll see what your January from your 8th, from December 25th to January 1st. We'll also see what that means. If there is time, I've been doing this, what your January actually means. It's a sign of barrenness. There is no fruits. It carries no fruit at all. Everything is crushed by the winter. Actually, that is the judgment coming. And this judgment, Jesus cannot fly nobody away. Neither snake Allah can hide anybody in Mecca. You're going to deal with it. It is simply called the days of Noah. Nobody fly anywhere. Nobody run away. All these small gods, see people mold and begin to worship. It couldn't help not at all. Everything was crushed. That's what we are saying. In day 8, 40 days and 40 nights. Are you ready? It simply means new beginning. That's it. Cut off flesh. Start all over again. Where are you going to start all over again? Your eternity? Where? Which part are you starting it with? Who are you going to start it with? Because this is a journey of no return. And this is a very endless one. You can't go there and say 1 million years I will come out. It is eternal, forevermore. Okay, so where are you going to begin this new journey of eternity, number 8, infinity? Where? That is your question to answer. All right, let's begin to feed it now with the royal law. So what are we going to work with today? We have 3 mouths. Out of the mouth or 2 or 3 witness, testimony will be established. What Allah makes, Poco Jesus, and your January 1st and all that. Because there are many facts. Anyways, before I begin to say all our message is full of judgmental, she's been judgmental, always condemnation, always condemnation. Come on, now, there is problem in the family. There is problem in the house. Until you rectify that issue, in fact, there will never be peace. Until you dig into what brings about the problem or what causes the problem, it's always going to be war, confusion, argument. So we are digging into the source of the problem. You cannot cut with your roots. So that's what we are doing. We are digging into the problem. What makes you left your creator and now went to your enemy and now begin to worship the golden calf is a big one. It's a big problem. That's what we are revealing unto you. So now 1 Corinthians chapter 3, chapter 2, verse 16 or 15, yeah. Yes, 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is not judged of no man. Okay? If you are spiritual, I'm spiritual. I know who is Daniels. I know what Allah means. I know who is Poco Jesus. And I know this very much what it is. Because why? I am spiritual. So we're going to judge all things. And no demon can judge me. Allah can't judge me. He can't. Poco Jesus can't judge me. Isaiah 54 verses 17 make it so clear. No weapon formed against me prosper. And every tongue that rises up against me, if you want to say something, you will be condemned in judgment. Because the righteous is going to judge now. Because I'm spiritual, I know too well that calendar simply means appointment to meet with a deity. Abba Yahweh gave us his own calendar, and he's gonna meet with us. That is what calendar does. That is what time club, that is what they are doing. It is an appointment. All the feast of Abba Yahweh simply mean an appointment for him to meet with us. In like manner, a devil bragged and said, I'm also going to, in fact, a red devil and red dragon, they bragged and said, I'm going to make myself like the Most High. So whatever you are celebrating, there is a spirit behind it. That is what we are saying. So what spirit? Does that spirit carry life or death? That's what I want to say. But yeah, how are you going to know that the spirit is the spirit of death flying everywhere? The season. Yahushua said we should learn from the season. Matthew 24, I think 32 through 33. He said we should learn from the weather. Let the fig tree teach you something. The season is barren. Everything is crushed. It simply means judgment. And you are celebrating it. Now, let's still put some more. I don't want to do part 2. Anyhow, I must end it today so that I go into another topic. So we see already. So quickly, let's rush into chapter 6 now. First Corinthians chapter 6. Listen. Verses 1. Dare any of you having a matter against another go to law before the unjust and not before the saints? Listen now. Any case, he said you should bring it to our table. Bring it to our notice. We're gonna dig into it. And we're gonna bring it out the way it is because there are layers of topic or matter to be addressed. We'll begin to bring it out one after the other. Now verses 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? He said, I'm going to judge the world. And if the world shall be judged by you, are you unworthy to judge the smallest matters? 3. Know ye not that we shall judge angels? Who are the angels? Allah is a fallen one. You cannot judge Michael. You cannot judge Raphael. You cannot judge Sarakiel. You cannot judge Gabriel. You cannot judge holy angels. You can't even stand before them. You will collapse now. Come on. You will just pass out. But you can judge fallen ones, demons. Once they were angels, but now they are fallen. So you can. This particular place said you're going to judge fallen angels. This one was seraphim. What is seraphim? Snake. What is seraphim? Isaiah chapter 6 have it. They are the highest, high-ranking angel in heaven. In fact, they are the one that banner over Abba Yahweh's head. They are being called seraphims. What is the meaning of seraphims? Simply means the fiery ones. They almost got the attributes like Abba Yahweh. Abba Yahweh is altogether fire. Ezekiel chapter 1 says so. Altogether is fire. So now these seraphims, the banner over Abba Yahweh's head, they are the high-ranking angel, and followed by cherubims. Okay? Now, how can you, common small little children, will be judging a high-ranking angel? Why? Because he has lost his glory. He has fallen. Now he's not good for nothing to be trodden under our foot. So they are the one we are judging. The cherubims also fell, which the once office of Jesus Christ. He fell. So we'll judge them today. And the four living creators, they are also there. We will judge them today. We're going to judge all the fallen angels today. But if you are not worthy to do that, and you don't get it right with Abba Yahweh, when you try, fine, when they slap you in your mouth, it's going to become leprosy or what? Stroke or what? Paralysis. Okay? So right now, let me keep reading verses 3 now. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 3. Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? Like your January 1st is things that pertain to this life we need to judge. I have a hammer on my hand already. I want to hit it on Jesus Christ's head, the pork. If there ye have judgments of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the ministry. So I don't want to judge, okay? Through the eyes of the royal law and through the mindset of Yahushua HaMashiach. So I want to dig into the three mouths of witnesses in this very subject. Okay, first of all, First Corinthians chapter 13 verses 2. I told you before and foretell you as if I were present the second time, and being absent now, I write to I wrote to them which therefore have sinned. Oh, where am I? No, no wonder. No, it's not where I want to read. First Corinthians. What is the problem over here? Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, in Second Corinthians chapter 13, verses 1. Instead of 1, I was ready to. This is the third time I am coming to you. In the mouth of two or three witnesses shall every word be established. So I want to work with this. Now also take one account from the Tanakh, Torah, or best known as Old Testament. Okay, Deuteronomy, I think 17. So one also get one there. Yeah, 17 verses 6. Verse 6. Listen now. At the mouth of two witnesses or three witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of one witness he shall not be put to death. So right now, the judgment, what we say, judge is coming. Judgment in your feast. Abayiwa has already given it unto you, and you are just celebrating his judgment. So, he said with the mouth or two or three witnesses, this matter will be established that is worthy of death. Now, we have Allah here to work with, or rather to deal with. We have Papa Jesus to deal with, and we have your general, which is also Janos, again the Allah to deal with. So, first of all, what is Allah in Hebrew? What is Allah? Allah simply means cause. As in the cause serpent. Genesis 3 verses 14. Now, the testimony standing before you and me, you see how Allah is written in Arab. This is how Allah is written. It's just like a snake. It's here before you. This is the literal snake. And this is how Allah is being written. And in Hebrew, simply means cause. As in the cause serpent in Genesis 3 verses 14. Did you get that? So Allah make cause. Whenever you are saying Allah, Allah, you are just saying cause on you, cause on you, cause on you. Because all the causes over there, this is what it is. Allah now took it upon himself and said, yes, he is the caused one by Abba Yehovah. Allah now took it upon himself and said, yes, this is who he is. He is caused by a mighty Yahweh, irrevocable. His cause now became a garment. It now became a logo upon himself. And people are celebrating it and said it's their Allah. Is your cause? This is it. So let's also go to Poco Jesus. I've seen something under this heavy. Eh? I once said you are cursed with the everlasting one. And people celebrated that. They took it upon. And that is the juju all these unbelievers worshiping. Cause Allah says celebrate me. Oh, do I have much time? Oh no. Okay, we have done that. I will be brief. Deuteronomy. Okay, I want to see Jesus. Okay, the Poco Jesus. Now in Latin, what does Jesus mean? J-E simply mean earth. Earth. The word earth. Okay. J-E. Now, S-U-S simply mean pig. In your Latin. In Latin, from where this name also came from. It never came from Aramaic. It never came from Hebrew. It came from Latin to Greek and then to English. 3 months. Latin, Greek, and English. They take this same Jesus back to where his origin, where he came from. It simply means earth, pig, elede. So, whenever you are saying Jesus, Jesus, you are just saying you are the feces of this world. You are the filthiness of this world. You are the abomination of this world. You are the fat. Every single abomination you ever knew. That is what you say you are. Because you said this one is your Messiah. Pig. Earth pig. Do you see? Jesus me. a pig. Filthiness of this earth. The filthiness, the bottomless pit of this earth. And we are elected. Now, Deuteronomy 14 verses 4 said, it's an unclean, 8, excuse me. Deuteronomy 14 verses 8 said, pig is unclean until we shouldn't touch it. Matthew 7 verses 6 said we shouldn't give what is holy unto pig, because it's a pig. Give pig 10 commandments. It will carry all those commandments. You see, that was why his people also said that their God, their Jesus, pork with Jesus has Christians eat pork. And that was why they said Jesus has cleansed pork for them to be eating. Abayewa said it's an abominable animal, we shouldn't touch it. We don't eat it. But Christians said Jesus Christ cleansed pork for them to be eating. Of course, why? Because their Messiah is a pork. Feces of this earth. That is the meaning of Jesus. Early pig. Now, Matthew chapter 7 verses 6. Give not that which is holy unto dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, and let the pig, lest they trample them under their foot, and turn again and rent you. So, you see what they did to our book? You see what they did? Pearls is a very, very, very expensive ornament. Very, very expensive. Yahushua said we should not give what is holy unto the pig. He's going to turn it upside down. Now, what are we saying? The holy seat of a Messiah is a very, very expensive. You see what it cost? It cost him his life. He said you shouldn't give that seat to pig. How can you say Poco Jesus, head pig, is the one that is your own Messiah? That is blasphemy. Now, when Abayewa throw them out of heaven, everybody take all these folly deities, not, go their diverse way. Jesus now became so faces, is the bottomless pit we are speaking of, and that is what is pouring on people. It will desecrate you. You can read First Maccabees chapter 1. You can see it over there. That when they now take over the temple, they now begin to sacrifice pig upon the altar. Now, who is the altar? It is you. You are the temple of Yahuwah. So you take it pork into yourself. And do let this coming. Now, Jesus said he is the feces of this world. He is the abominations of this earth. He is the sin of this world. He said he is the feces. Because everybody know that thing is so filth. That is what Jesus said he is. Because Abayewa said you became filth. Go now, you filthy. You are so filthy, you can't stand before me. And Jesus took that name upon himself and said, yes, he is filthy. Yes, he is feces. Yes, I'm so dirty. And that is what is also putting on you. A holy office of only one deity, Yahushua HaMashiach. No other name under this heaven given unto man, whereby you must be saved other than one. He said there is no salvation found in any other name. So what is salvation? Yahushua. That is his name. That is his English name. Salvation. Joshua. That is his name. But they now blend it up with his father's name, Yahushua. Meaning, I am his salvation. So if you remove Yah, his name is salvation. He said you cannot get salvation, deliverance, in no other name, but only in this one name. Out of Apostle chapter 4, verses 12. So what are we saying? Out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witness testimonies be given unto you. We see Snake Allah. He took the curse upon himself and said, yes, he's the cursed one. We see Apostle Jesus. He took the curse also again upon himself and said, yes, he is the filthy one. And we see people celebrating January. Yes, you took that upon yourself, whereby Abayewa says he's going to crush everything from this pork birthday to January 1st. It simply means 8 days judgment. You are celebrating 8 days long judgment. Now, what is number 8? Number 1, the first is the last, and the last is the first. Now, listen. Abayewa started the works of the creation. Okay, Genesis chapter 1. day one, which is first day of the week, the one you call Sunday. Now, Sunday to Sunday, like your Christmas to your New Year, is 8 days. The number one is the number eight, and the number eight is the number one. The first is the last is the first. Now, where this deity fell from glory, Abayewa live in eternal. He don't have no one. He don't live in time or space. He live in eternal. Okay, but at the moment this fallen deities fell, okay, at the moment they fell, Abayewa that time now step in. Abayewa now ushers in time. First day, that is where we get that time from. At the moment they fall, that marks the beginning of time. So what are you celebrating? Number eight. You have celebrated the day they fell from glory. You are celebrating the day they're gonna be judged, the day eight. You are commemorating the day they were being knocked out of heaven as judgment on you. That is what Sunday actually means. The day of sun, the day they fell. There's so much into this, but I'm gonna be so brief because if I have to bring in every other book, this will spread to part three. But I will redo it again. According to the Gospel of Bartholomew, we see when therefore sun shines 7 times brighter, hotter than fire, any fire, 7 times hotter than any fire you have ever knew. When they fell from none of them died, so that sun wake them up. As soon as that sun wake them up, they now begin to thank the sun. They now begin to celebrate the sun. Meanwhile, it was judgment of them to come and face the second death. Okay, so let's drop that. But I will redo this message again. Now let's shift into your January 1st, okay? Now I would also like to quote some Quran for better reference, okay? Now when it goes to Revelation chapter 12 verses 9, said, the red dragon, that old serpent, old serpent again, Genesis 3, that old serpent, okay? Okay, let me quickly read that, but I'm running out of time. I wanted to read Quran. It said that old serpent who deceived the whole world. Okay, let's drop it there. That old serpent. Now we see how Allah is being written in Arab. It's a snake. Now Quran chapter 3 verses 54. And they, the unbelievers, plan to deceive. And Allah plan to deceive the unbelievers. And Allah is the best of deceivers. And this is the same Allah that is your Janus. He has so many names. That said, he will close one door and he will open another one. He says the God of war. Where did they begin their war? Genesis 3. Where did they begin this opening? Genesis 3. They open your eyes to see nonsense. They open your eyes to be God of yourself. And actually, that is what we are seeing today. No one wants to remain under the instruction of Abayewa. Rather, they want to be the God of themselves. Okay. So let us put another Quran. Quran chapter 7 verses 99. Are they safe from Allah's deception? No one feels safe from Allah's deception except those that shall perish. That is a pure lie. Except those that does not believe in Allah. That is the one that will be safe from Allah's deception, because this is a book that is so coded. Okay, it's the grandpa of all liars. Now, Quran chapter 8 verses 30, listen. And remember, when the unbelievers plot deception against you, O Muhammad, to imprison you or to kill you or expel you, they plot deception, but Allah also plots deception. And Allah is the best of all deceivers. Did you get that? So he's plain. He is the seraphim. What about? Hey, yes, I break that already. That is the fiery ones. Now that is seraphims. Now snake. What is snake? Snake now is seraph. In a singular. Seraphim simply mean plurality of that word. Seraphim simply mean the fiery ones. Now abbreviation singular. Seraphs. What does it mean? Snake. The flying snake. Okay. So they are the high-ranking angel in heaven. But this one's fell. That is why by your own cause they say you're going to be going with your belly. And we see the name of Allah is a snake drawn on the ground. Okay. Now it says the best of all deceiver. Revelation 12:9 said he deceived the whole world with his angels. It's still called the angel, but they are fallen ones, which is Jesus and all this nonsense you are doing today. And is walking. This Allah is in every way. Is the store and wood people worship. Is the one giving science knowledge. Is the God of the science, the God of IVF. The God is everywhere. There are legions. There are so many, uncountable. Okay. So I quickly want to put that Allah for you. So let's now go Revelation 9. Now you can read Revelation chapter 17, but I'm reading just 5. Now listen. And upon her forehead was a name written in mystery, Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. This is Jesus Christ, okay? Now, the Christmas tree you practice, the sun, and the Christmas itself all came from Babylon, from Nimrod. Oh, this message is so huge, oh my Abba. Let me just do it anyhow by anyhow. I will do it again. Okay? All this came from there. The first Babylon is also the last Babylon. Why the last Babylon is also the first Babylon? It's the same. Said the first is the last, and the last is the first. The first Babylon was a pure pagan, soul and wood worshipping, demon worship, celebrating of judgment. That is what is in your feast. You are celebrating judgment. Now, pure and oh no, I'm not gonna be reading it anyway. The Christmas tree is the peanuts of Nimrod, while all the eunuchs and the mistletoe is Jesus Christ's testicles. Now, it's not joke, it's a serious matter. Because Esau slew Nimrod and PCC and took away the most vital organ. what am I saying? The penis, okay? Because he used that penis to sleep with his own mother. Semiramis is the mother of Nimrod. Semiramis' father slept with Semiramis, which is the grandson of Noah. Semiramis' father slept with her, got her pregnant, and she now gave birth to Nimrod. Semiramis had baby with her father, Nimrod. So Nimrod also grew up and also married his own mother. That is why they are abominations of this earth. And that is the one that gave birth. That is where Jesus came from. Okay. That is the Tammuz they are celebrating today. Their Easter, it's also coming up now. Nimrod also grew up, had sexual intercourse with his own mother and got her pregnant. And his own mother also gave birth to a son for him called Tammuz. So Esau was so furious about that. He slew Nimrod. He removed that vital organ. Penis. So when Semiramis came, she couldn't find it. Therefore, all the pieces of Nimrod was dispersed into the whole earth, into all the kingdoms of the earth those days, because it was something abomination unto that the mighty king like that is being slew, die in a shameful way, disgraceful way. So he now share all his body to every kingdom of the earth. Paganism. Okay, that's where it begins. Pure pagan. Now, no peanuts to shield, so she now carved a tree, the oblines, the tree, in representative of the manhood of his son. And they now begin to celebrate that manhood. That is your Christmas tree. From Genesis 3, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You see the evil knowledge you are partaking from. Now, you say a name is written. What is that name? Poco Jesus. And that name is mystery. I say you should wait. You see, Poco Jesus in Christendom is a mystery. But the Poco Jesus in Islam is no more. It's going to reveal the way he is. Because Islam believes that Jesus is coming as a radical Muslim to convert the whole world to Islam. But that is the judgment we are talking about. So right now, let's put some more. Remember, Jesus in Latin means pork. And Abewa said pork is an abominable animal we shouldn't touch. And where we just read Revelation 75 said there is a name called mystery. And is an abomination of the whole earth. That is Jesus Christ. So that is the pork you are bestowing upon yourself. That is the pork, okay? Now, Numbers chapter 14, verses 28. Listen now. Say unto them, as surely as I live, saith Yahweh, as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do unto you. You said, Poko, Jesus is your Messiah. Abba, you say, okay, have it. You said, Snake Allah is your God. Abba, you say, okay, no problem, have it. And you said, dead Winter, New Year, where everything is being crossed is where you begin life. Abayewa say, right down, have it. You say, son, is this your day of rest? Abayewa say, just have it. He said, because as you said, as you are says in my ears, that is what I'm gonna use to work with you. It simply means judgment in your fist. Now let's present it again with one in the New Testament. Matthew chapter 12, verses 36 through 37. I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. Judgment is coming, it's in your fist. 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. You say, Poku Jesus, abomination of this earth, snake Allah that is a curse of this earth. You say they are your God and your Messiah. Abayewa say, okay, I'm going to judge you by that. And you say Christmas is where you have any connection with Christmas and you have any connection with New Year paganism. Abayewa say, no problem, have it. And you said Janus is the God that is ushering you into another life, into a new journey, into a new system. Abayewa say, fine, have it. Who is Janus? He said he's a God of war. Oh no. Anyways, let's just do the way it is. Let's put some more. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 16 and 17. Abayewa said, whosoever that defile his temple, he said, him I will destroy. He said, because you are not the owner of your body. He said, your body belongs to me. It's be bought with a price. Therefore, you should honor him with your body. Now that you are setting all this pork, let the pork is an abominable animal. Snake is an evil animal. You don't take curse upon yourself. Abayewa said, I bless you. Oh, you say you are cursed. Abayewa said, you have made a way of redemption. You said, no, it's pork. You still want to carry that abomination upon yourself. Now, he said, you are his temple. If you defy his temple, he said, he's going to destroy you. You put all this pork on clean animals upon yourself. Therefore, you defile his temple. Therefore, he says, judgment, destruction. Destruction. Because this nonsense you are celebrating, you are provoking Abayewa to wrath. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 19 through 21. Abayewa said, whatever the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to idol. You see the idol they are sacrificing all this their nonsense to? They said not to Jehovah. They are dining with the devil. They party with the devil. They were eating and drinking. And sudden judgment descend on them. The days of Noah. The number 8, the new beginning, cut off flesh. Where are you going to be in the eternal, in the eternity? Or where you want to spend your eternity? Where have you ever bring this into, and ponder over it? Okay, you don't believe that. Keep on worshiping your stone and wood. What I will say, Allah is in everywhere. Is with the science, is the one that is giving them that wicked knowledge to be creating human being right in the lab. The one they call IVF, satanic children. He's the one doing all. He's the one. Stone and wood is over there. Homosexual, lesbianism is all over. They are the abominations of this earth. Judgment of abandonment. I would also like to quote this. 1 Kings chapter 22. Read it all. Lying spirit. I bet you want to release a lying spirit. You want to believe a lie. Fine. Have it only for your destruction. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 9 through 12. It said they send a strong delusion. You want to believe a lie? Have it. That is judgment of abandonment. Okay. So now, Revelation chapter 9. John 14, verses 17. The Spirit of truth, the world don't know him. They have never seen him. But Jesus is being celebrated all over the world. Okay. And a lie is also a spirit. John 8:44. Revelation 13, you see the mark of the beast. You have received it already. It called fire from heaven. This, you see, your fiery work and all that is a presence of a deity. 1 Kings chapter 18, you also see when the prophet of Yahweh also called fire down from heaven. But that is the one that is going to come now, okay? So I quickly want to remember the days of Yahushua coming. It's like the days of Noah and like the days of Lot. Only 8 people saved in the whole world. Luke chapter 17, 26 through 30. Genesis 6 through 7 and Genesis 19 and Revelation 9. Let me quickly put that. And Janus also have key in his hand, okay? So that key, what is key? Authority. You also have a staff. I will redo this message, but I just quickly want to get out of this message for now before I put myself together. Revelation chapter 9, verses 1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Oh no. It said, Janus simply means the God of the opening. Now you want to open the bottomless pit, which is the last head to go, Islam. The third world war, the Sharia law. This is Yahweh. He is the one using them against themselves too. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun, Christian, is going to be darkened, and the air were darkened by the raising of the smoke of the pit. It's closing one and it's open another one. Now, when it open, if you see destruction, this is what is coming. Abayawa is the one doing it. So I quickly want to let you know your new year. Your new year is here. That's the area I want to quickly put in before I log out. Now, Revelation 10, you can also read it because I'm prophesying again. So let is coming. The days of Noah and the days of Lot is almost here knocking. He said, prophesy, okay? The voice of seven thunder is simply judgment day. Very, very horrible. Now, verses 13 of Revelation 9:13. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh, saying to the sixth angel, remember the number says the number of men and also the number of beasts, and their trumpet is also the sixth one, saying, the sixth angel, okay, and the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates, and the four angels were loose which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. Keep reading. Now, you see you're here there. What are they going to do? Destruction. So what is January saying to you? Everything is crushed down. And they are coming to do this great disaster. And Abayawa is the one using them. He's going to use you against yourself. Because you say what I heard from you. That's what I'm going to give unto you. That is the word I'm going to use to judge you. I'm done for now. I'm not well finished. I will still return back. But for now, let me log out. Thank you, Abba.